Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. We're talking with Trooper Ross Brennan, who's the Louisiana State Troop C Public Information Officer. Ross, you come on here every year and you warn everybody, hey, we're going to try and do zero for the holidays. You always try to raise awareness. It just, I don't think it's ever happened. And we had 2 fatal crashes this weekend, or this last week. It's just another time to raise awareness as we get ready for another holiday here. Be careful. Things can happen, and they can happen fast. Huh?
Yeah, we had a good run since the Thanksgiving holiday. We went a pretty long time without having a fatal crash occurring. But unfortunately, right before Christmas and also Christmas Day, we had a fatal crash. Right. So just a little bit of what happened. The first one was December 22nd in Assumption Parish on Highway 9 near around the Bayou Lewis area. An impaired driver driving at a high rate of speed was running up on the back of another vehicle that was on Highway 90 eastbound and swerved to miss it, overcorrected, ended up colliding with the bridge railing. It's kind of like an elevated portion where the Highway 90 is raised. Collided with the bridge railing. That SUV actually went over the edge of the railing and landed on the ground below. Unfortunately, there was a 19-year-old passenger that was inside that vehicle. He did die in the crash. That driver, he was injured, brought to the hospital, but troopers determined that he was impaired, and he was arrested for not only DWI, but also vehicular homicide. Wow. Yeah. And similar with that one, we also had one that was Christmas Day. So Highway 308, kind of by Marcelo Boulevard near Lafourche Crossing, a vehicle was traveling in the curve, ran off the roadway, ended up striking a utility pole and rolling over the passenger in that crash also. He died as well. The driver was injured, transported to a hospital, same thing. Troopers determined impairment. That driver was also arrested, DWI, vehicular homicide.
Well, very similar, right?
Yeah.
Both single car, for the most part, single car accidents, and both times it's the passenger. So you never know, and like I say, life comes at you fast, and you're enjoying the holidays, and next thing you know, you're facing charges and in a crash like that. So are these things preventable, and what should we do to make sure those don't happen again?
Well, I think these crashes here, they highlight how your choices can affect not just you, but also innocent people with you. Like you said, both of those crashes, the people that died were passengers inside the vehicle. They didn't have control of the vehicle. They were just riding with it. So it goes to show you what could happen if you're the driver of a vehicle, but also shows what can happen if you choose to get into a vehicle with an impaired driver. So I know Christmas parties are over with, but now we're coming into the Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, New Year's parties. People are having celebrations. So again, don't ever try to drive if you had a few drinks or consuming type of drugs, but never get into a vehicle too with an impaired driver. So we could have had these crashes here, you know, with these circumstances that went on. Maybe it wouldn't have been a fatal because if they wouldn't have passengers inside those vehicles. So you never know. Choices can affect not only you, but other people.
Yeah, this is not a community that has a big fleet of taxis or a big fleet of Ubers. You know, I know we do have Uber in the area, but
it's not many.
Right. So you almost have to plan before you go out.
Yeah.
We got to have a DD among us that's going to be the designated driver on the way home. So I guess that's the way we need to do it here. We don't live in a bigger city right now.
Yeah, somebody got to draw the short straw and maybe, hey, look, guys, I got you out tonight. That's really about the best option that we have down here.
Right. You know, hopefully there's a pregnant woman. She can drive you home.
Something on that line.
Who's not drinking. Because, it really is a concern, and neither one of these ended up in the water, but almost all of our highways have water on the side that makes things extra dangerous for those kind of things. Let's talk about Fill a Cruiser, the program that you guys have. Explain it what it was and give us a wrap-up of how it worked for Christmas.
So it started after the hurricane last year. Captain Bajon at Troop C just wanted to kind of give back to the community, focus on those areas that were hard hit following Hurricane Ida. So this was our second year of having it. We had many donations come in. In fact, we actually larger than the first year in 2021. Wow. Basically all last week, leading up to Christmas, troopers, they would go out to the areas, they would interact with the community, go into these neighborhoods and say, or see the kids playing in the street, have a conversation with them, kind of visit, and offer them a toy from the police cruiser. So it was very successful. Like I said, we had many donations from the public, also troopers. But we had some, we call them our gold sponsors, some of our large vendors that helped sponsor. That was DeCary Homes, Avanon Revenue Solutions, actually the St. John Parish District Attorney Bridget Denvaught, and also our State Trooper Association, the Troop C affiliate. They helped make some big donations to help make it one of the biggest ones that we had so far.
So that's pretty cool. So a lot of times these kids might think, oh, what did I do? Did I get myself in trouble when a trooper pulls up? And then, after you talk for a little while, it's a great way to do community policing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, there was a few instances, we walk up to the kid and the parents, and they're like, am I in trouble? Like, no, it's good. It's all good. And so, it's just, getting back to the community, interacting with the community, and just showing them, that they can try to trust the police. And if they have a problem or issue, come to us, not be scared, especially a small child.
Right.
A lot of times we hear parents, if we're out in public, oh, the policeman's going to get you, you're being bad. And we don't want them to be scared of us, right? We want them, if maybe they get lost or whatever's going on, that they don't feel like they're going to get in trouble, they can come to any type of police officer and ask for help.
No, look, those touch points are so important. And we always talk about it. The only time you ever see them, you're looking out your rearview mirror and there's lights behind you. That's not a great touch point, right?
No.
Everybody's on the hyper edge, and that's not a great time. Or it's a crowd patrol or something like that. This is a great way to be able to touch a guy, and they're like, hey, Ross is a real dude, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're real people. We have our own families and stuff. We're just like everyone in the YOW. It's just, this is our career that we chose. So just show the people that, we're human too, and just try to get back and have, kind of a fun, relaxed type of interaction.
Right, because those lights, a lot of times they're to help you, not just to pull you over, right? They're always, obviously, if you're in need and you call 911, you guys will show up and certainly always helping out. So, Ross, I appreciate it, man. Hope you have a good New Year.
Y'all too.
All right. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time after this.